Good morning. My name is Debbie Pyatt. I'm a fitness and wellness specialist too with Memorial Health System. This is part of our MOVE series, and I try to give you a wide variety of exercises you can follow, but also information. And today I'm going to talk about hip mobility. Why is that so important? Well, first of all, the hips are the center of the body. And we might stretch our triceps after a workout, or our biceps, or our chest, especially our hamstrings. But many times we neglect focusing on the hips. Well, if the hips are the center of the body, then when the hips are flexible, the back can realign, the knees can realign. A lot of that low back pain goes away. So we need to focus on hip mobility. Another thing that hips are important in is our balance. As we mature in life, we start to shorten our stride length for fear of falling. Well, when you shorten that stride length, you lose your ability to balance. Why? Because you've spent many years with a certain stride length and your body has adjusted to that. And that is where it has created its center of balance. So when we shorten that stride length, thinking that we're safer, we're actually putting ourselves at a higher risk for falls because our body doesn't have balance with that short stride length. As we do that over a period of months and years, then we lose flexibility in those hips. So when we fall, we're going to take a wide step as we fall, and as we do that, the body is not prepared. So I'm going to give you 4 exercises today that will help you to keep these hips flexible. So the first one that we're going to do is a long lunge. Now in yoga we do this a lot. We do this in other classes as well, but I'm going to add one extra element to it. So a long lunge, this back leg stays straight. It is not a bent knee. You want to take that leg out as far as your flexibility today will allow. Over time you'll be able to increase that. So when that leg is back, make sure that knee is not going beyond the front toes and weight is in that front heel. Opposite hand is going to go down. Now just in that position, you should feel a good stretch, but we're going to take it one step farther and we're going to reach that opposite arm up, rotate the torso and look up at the thumb. Now hold this, don't hold your breath, breathe through this. And as you progress, you can work that foot back a little farther, getting a greater stretch through the hip. Now we're going to bring that hand down, and we're going to come up, and we're going to do the other side. It is very common that one side is going to be easier than the other. So we're going to take that other leg back, opposite hand down, keep that back leg straight, reach that arm up, and look at the thumb. Work that leg back a little. If you're not really feeling the stretch, reach that arm up a little higher. Now bring the hand down and come up. Now, as you do these exercises, you want to increase the time that you're holding it. You might start out with just 10 seconds holding, and you are going to feel that through the hips. But over time, you want to increase the time that you're down there holding that stretch, breathing all throughout the stretch. As you do that, you're going to build up to 30 seconds, even a minute, holding these stretches. The next one I'm going to show you will show you exactly how flexible your hips are at this point. Now you can see my chair is on wheels. That's a no-no. That's all I have access to today. I am a professional, so I can use wheels. What we're going to do is we're going to place one foot up on the seat of this chair. Move this leg in, stay lifted. First thing you're going to do is try to get that same shoulder at that knee height. So arm's going to come to the inside, I go down. Now, if you can get it to that point, you are at step number 1. That shoulder and that knee, hop around here so you can see, are at the same height. Once you get to that point, you're going to try to go a little lower. We want to get that same shoulder beneath the level of the knee. So I take it down here. Now remember, breathing is a key component. If we hold our breath, the muscles will not relax. It's just like when you have a panic attack or anxiety and you do shallow breathing, the muscles get tight. So we want to deep breathe to lengthen those muscles. Okay, now there's a third step. We're going to drop the head, see if we can get that elbow down. All the way down. Now, this leg that is on the floor remains straight. Make sure you're breathing. And then you slowly come back up. Now remember, when you're doing these, you want to do them for a longer period of time. I am just demonstrating. Every time you feel like you're getting a little more flexible, increase your time. All right, we're going to try the other side. And again, as I said in that first exercise, one side, very common. It's more flexible than the other. So we're going to put that foot up there. Leg that is your support leg is straight. And we come forward, trying to get that shoulder to the same height as the knee. That's step one in flexibility. Step two, as shoulder goes beneath the level of that knee. Step three is trying to get the elbows down and the head drops. Keeping that leg on the floor nice and straight. And bring that back up. Now, again, I caution you, don't use a chair that turns, don't use one with wheels. That's just all I have access to here today. All right, our third exercise, we're going to go down to the floor. And if you cannot get on the floor, or you might be able to get on the floor and can't get back up, what you want to do is do this on your bed. This is a perfect way to start this next exercise. Of course, it's going to be a better stretch if you can do it on a hard surface, but we start where we're at. So I have a mat all rolled up here for support on my knees. This is called a frog stretch. So I'm going to take these knees out wide. Make sure those ankles are straight back from the knees. We don't want to have the feet angled in. Ankles straight back from the knees, and we're going to go down to elbows, and then you're going to push back. Now we're not going to drop the butt all the way down. If you can get the butt all the way down, then those knees need to go out wider than what you've got them. Your flexibility is already greater. So we're going to take these knees out a little wider, ankles straight back from the knees, and we go down to elbows, and you push your bottom back. Keep those ankles straight back from the knees, push it back, drop the head down. And then come back up, and you repeat that. That is a frog stretch, but that's opening those hips from the inside. It's going to increase your flexibility, just like the other exercises, through the hips. Now the last one I'm going to show you two versions. One you're probably already familiar with, and that is where we lie on our back, right ankle is going to go over that left knee. Now there's many phases of this, but that's not what I'm showing you today. This is step one of this. You push that leg open. Now notice I'm pushing on the inner thigh. I'm not pushing on my knee. Push on the inner thigh, let that hip open. But what I want to show you from this position is that ankle that is crossing. We're going to lay those arms out in a T on the floor. We're going to take that foot and pull that knee all the way down, with our goal being to get the knee all the way to the floor. You use that foot to hold it there. Now, arms need to be out in a T, and shoulders need to stay down. We don't want to rotate the torso and pull that shoulder up. So we're going to hold that knee down, we're going to breathe, and we're going to increase our time every time we do this. Now let's try the other side. Ankle crosses over. You use that foot to pull that knee down. Goal is to get it all the way to the floor, but you go to where you can go today, always thinking about increasing that hip mobility. And bring it back up. So I would start on these if they're very uncomfortable. If you find that your hips aren't very flexible, I would start at 10 seconds. I would repeat that maybe 3 times when you first start. Then as it starts to loosen up a little bit, you want to increase your time. Go from 10 seconds to 15 seconds 3 times. Building up to holding each one of these 1 minute.